Hello world, it's your girl Bambi. I was hoping to have this video done sooner, but you're getting it now. So yeah. This video is gonna be about self-love and do some acknowledgments and some appreciations at the end of it. So I'm gonna start off with why I want to talk about self-love. Um, the reason why I want to talk about self-love is because I had a guy who went through my Instagram page and he seen a particular picture. And the picture is of me in my natural state, no makeup, my hair's pulled back in a bun, very natural. I love the picture because it's a natural picture. I'm not really showing anything, but you can see my stomach, you can see the fupa, you know what I'm saying? And apparently it wasn't appealing in his eyes, so he was telling me that I should take that picture down immediately. So it just reminded me of like why it's important to self-love and why you can't get caught up in society's standard of what you're supposed to look like. Because honestly, I happen to just be blessed with a big booty, right? If you have a big butt and you have thick thighs, like naturally, you're gonna have a pudge. And I'm not saying that if you have a big butt, then you automatically have a pudge, but most ladies are gonna have a little pudge. They're gonna have a little bit of stomach. But society's so caught up in the way women get surgery done and they get the tummy tucks and what is that waist trainer? Like, I can't even do that because my stomach hurts. Like I'm not gonna walk around with a waist trainer and like have my ribs all discombobulated so I can have a flat stomach. Like it's just not gonna happen. So that's why I'm making this video about self-love and how it's so important for people to self-love every day. It's a daily task because even on our worst days, we still have to love self. Um, so I usually have my handy dandy notebook, right? But we got a piece of paper today, so we just gonna go off my paper. Um, so I'm gonna actually talk about what I do to self love. Right. So one of the things that I do to self love is after I get out the shower, I have like a long, tall mirror, and I'm completely naked. And in that mirror, I just look at myself head to toe. And I talk to myself and I tell myself how good I look. And even the parts I don't like, I'm like, you know what? It's not even that bad. Like, just love it, you know? So I really just look at myself in the mirror and just give myself like a good 5 to 10 minutes of loving self, of appreciating my body exactly where it's at that moment. No matter how I feel, I can feel like I'm fat at that moment. I could feel like I'm skinny, but I promise you, by the time I'm finished looking in the mirror, I'm feeling way better about myself naked. Which, like, if you don't love yourself in your own skin, how can you expect anyone else to love you in your skin? So I love me in my skin with my saggy titties and my big ass fupa and all my stretch marks and all my little imperfections. Matter of fact, that's what I love about myself the most. Not the things that look like they're so perfect, actually the things that I look imperfect. That's the stuff I love about me. Other things that I do is I sage and I buy crystals and I use crystals, as you can see. Positive affirmations. I used to do them on a daily basis. I will get back to that, but I definitely used to have like daily affirmations I would say to myself. I still do it. I just don't do it as often as I would like. So I'm just gonna stop bullshitting and get back to that, right? Um, Boundaries. I set clear boundaries with people that I deal with, whether that be someone that I'm dealing with as a friend or like a male friend or like my family and friends. I Sorry, my alarm came out. I'm just gonna sideline, right? Because it's always happened over here. I put it on airplane mode just so that it doesn't interrupt. And guess what happens? My alarm comes on. So that's why you see me reaching over like that. But anywho, I digress. Yeah, boundaries are very, very important. When you learn how to make clear boundaries, it's not just for self, but it's also to teach people how to treat you and how to respect you. That was one of the things that was really hard for me because I had a hard time saying no to people. I felt like it was wrong to say no to people, but when you start to love self and you start to actually say no, it's good for you. It's good to teach people like what you would actually tolerate and what you will not tolerate. So boundaries is definitely important, which brings me to honesty. being upfront and honest with my family and friends and anybody that's dealing with me. It might come off harsh. I might not have the perfect words to say, but by the end of the conversation, hopefully you will appreciate my honesty and know that I'm not coming from a bad place. It's just that this is what I need in order to feel good for me, because I'm living my life for me, not for you. No disrespect towards anybody. I isolate myself. My misery does not like company. So there's some people who like to sit with other people when they're upset. That's not me. I tend to isolate myself because I know I need that, because I tend to take out my anger on other people. So I need time to talk to self and get self in check, right, before I can be out here amongst the people in this world, right? Venting. So I always I have my daughter, and I always tell her, let the anger monkeys out. Right? She's always looking at me like, what? Yes, let the anger monkeys out. It's important to vent. It's important to vent to people that you care about, or get a therapist and vent to them. But it's important to let stuff out. If you don't let stuff out, you're just keeping it inside, and it's just deteriorating away in your soul. It's just taking away from your soul and from who you really are. So if you just let that out, you'll see how much more better you would feel. Sometimes even talking to yourself and venting to yourself can be positive. So get a mirror, get your phone. I mean, you can literally just get your phone, look at yourself and be like, what is going on? Or X, Y, and Z pissed me off today. And I can't believe they didn't put the cheese in the sandwich. Whatever it is that you're mad about, let it out. Asking for help. Oh my God, this is such a big one. And I know you're like, how's that self-love? Because this world isn't like one person. We're all here with people. So you have to be able to ask for help. People who are givers, I think it's really hard for them to ask for help. We are so independent, and we are so used to doing things on our own that sometimes we don't ask for help, and that can be a downfall for you. So I had to learn really, really hard, and I'm still learning this, is to ask for help, whether that be a listening ear, whether that be, I need help to clean my dishes. Like I need help because I just can't think right now. And whatever the case may be, just reaching out. I'm not saying take advantage. I'm not a taker. I'm a giver. I'm saying just asking for help when you really, really need it is very important, because you might need that little bit of space and time to gather your thoughts, to be able to do something else in your life. And you'd be surprised. There's a lot of people that would actually help you with the things you need help in if you just ask. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. That's one of my favorite lines. You can ask my kids. I get dolled up. So this is self-love. You know what I'm saying? You see all of this, you know what I'm saying? You see the hair popping, the little bit of makeup, I get dolled up, not for other people, but for myself. Like literally, if you look at my phone, I got pictures of my kids. My kids don't really like taking pictures, but my phone is full of myself because I'm full of myself. Like, you can't love me more than I love me. I promise you. Like, I really, really love myself. So I tend to get dolled up. I buy myself stuff. I take myself out on dates. I don't wait for anybody else to do that for me. I don't wait for anybody else to bring me happiness. I literally bring myself happiness. And that way I'm able to spread that happiness around. Compliment myself and positive self-talk. You have your moments where you're like, say you do something and you make a mistake and you'll be like, oh, you're stupid or something. Like, I really try to keep away from saying that negative stuff. Like, if I hear someone else talking negatively about themselves, I would try to check them. Like, don't say that about yourself. Stop talking about yourself like that. Like, don't do that. Say something else, or don't say it at all. Don't even think it if you can. So those are a few examples of how I self-love. Hopefully this could help you to self-love yourself some more. Maybe you could share the video and there's someone else that might use these tips for themselves. If you learn to love yourself, then you're able to learn to love other people better and like accept them for their differences. So it's gonna be kind of short. I don't want to make it too long. So we're just going to move on to the appreciations and the acknowledgments. So my page originally was Bambi, but it's kind of hard for people to find me through Bambi because there's so many Bambis out there on YouTube. So I try to make my page more specific. And so I am calling it now Being Authentically Myself B. So it's still being B. And I literally have to give that whole credit to that whole name to Joe. I believe it's Joe Costo. I don't hope I'm not saying that wrong. I tried to call you earlier so I can get the pronunciation right, but it went to voicemail. So with that being said, if I'm saying your name wrong, I'm sorry. He's an artist from Boston. I'll see if I can get his link and put it down below so you guys can check out his music. But he's super, super inspirational. He actually was like the person who, I don't know, like something he said to me just made it click in my head, and I was able to start my YouTube. Like I said, if you see my first video, I've been trying to do YouTube for so long, but somehow this man comes along and just hits me with a deadline, like by Thursday do a video. And it's like the one thing I needed, and it helped me. So I was able to have the video up by that Thursday. I was so nervous, but he helped me through all the steps and always gives me very encouraging words. He's just a great person to just have in my life. So I'm super appreciative of him. I definitely want to do a shout out to my mom, because without my mom, I wouldn't be here. She is definitely my first best friend. She supports me in everything that I do. If nobody understands me, my mother understands me. So that I'm following up with my children, because those are my backbones. If you know me, you know that's what drives me is my kids. I plays no games about them. So like I am super appreciative. I have great kids. I have 4 if you guys don't know about that. And then I'm definitely my sister, my cousin, best friend Ashley. Like best friend's name is Chanel. Like hold on, because I don't want her to be like, oh, you didn't even say my name. But definitely friends and family. I have a lot of friends who've been super, super supportive. I have a friend that lives down the street. You know who you are. He's super supportive. I have an older friend who is super, super supportive also. I want to thank all of my exes. I know y'all probably like, what? Listen, I like to think I keep good people, right? So yeah, they're an ex, but clearly they were good people, and they're still good people. You better be, right? You're still good people. So I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't get the lessons that I was taught. So I got to appreciate the people, even if other people might look down on that. I'm not. I'm going to just take all the good stuff and leave all the bad stuff, because those still were lessons. There's always lessons and blessings. And I really do appreciate anybody who's ever really dealt with me, because I'm not an easy person to get along with or to deal with. But somehow people still want to like hang around me and be friends with me. So clearly I must have some type of good energy. But I do really appreciate all those people that just been in my life and just been there for me, because, you know, life's hard. And like I said earlier, you come in this world alone, yeah, but you really don't live life by yourself. And as much as I like to act like I'm such a loner and I'm such a homebody, which I am, I really wouldn't be shit if I didn't have all these people. If I didn't have my mom, my kids, my family, my friends. Like, look, my subscribers, the people that are on my followers on Instagram, like, you'd be surprised. There's people like in a whole bunch of other states that just act like I'm like some celebrity or something, and I'm like, hey, I'm just like chilling, trying to like, you know, get out here and spread some love, some peace, love, and happiness, you know. But I just wanted to make this video again about self-love, how important it is to love self. If you don't love yourself, you can be easily influenced by not just the people that are around you, but by society, the TV, anything. So you always want to make sure of who you are, of self, so that no one else's opinion can alter who the hell you are. I love me. Can nobody love me more than I love me, like I said. But with that, like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.